Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namo Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah.
Welcome to everyone. Welcome as well. First time here today. Okay, well, and welcome to viewers online as well. We're lucky to have Vara with us, and yes, lucky is the word. He proved his worth last time. So we will briefly just explain what Sahaja Yoga is about, and Vara will then talk to us a little bit about the chakras in detail, and we'll go through the realization process that Shri Mataji would allow everyone to have, and then that's followed by a second meditation which gives you a bit of an idea of what to do when you go home today. So you've had your 1 hour of learning and doing things, but then you need to have a clue what happens when you go home tonight and tomorrow morning. So we'll go through a second meditation which you're happy to go through. And if you have any questions, of course, please hold them, and then we'll have some time at the end and we can talk about them afterwards. So I'll begin by introducing Shri Mataji, the lady in the picture. She devised this easier way to meditate. It used to be very difficult in the past, where people had to, there is different kinds of meditation, and the real meditation is about connecting with your spirit within you, and also being able to be in a thoughtless state, which was very hard to attain, because when we think a lot every day, all the time, it is very difficult to be able to have that peace within ourselves. And so Shri Mataji allowed it to happen in such a way that we can have our realization, and then we work ourselves to a peaceful, stable place where we can manage ourselves, our emotions, and be in balance. That's the key, to be in balance. Would you like to add anything, Vara?
When you said about that thinking, can't remember what story it is, but basically somebody goes to a learned person and says, he goes to rob this learned person. And then this learned person is very, very quiet. It doesn't react. And then he asks this learned person, how can you not react? He goes, because I meditate. And this person says, teach me. And then this learned person says, don't think about the monkey.
Okay.
And then this person sits and there and says, "Oh, I'm not thinking about the monkey." And then it goes on for a while, and then he understands that the more you try not to think about something, you end up thinking about it.
What was it about the monkey that he did not want me to?
No, because exactly right. And then so when you're saying yes to thinking, you can't meditate. But at the same time, when you're thinking about not thinking, you also can't meditate. The point I'm trying to make is it's actually we have to let go that it is us doing it or us not doing it. So and in that whole thinking, in the picture there is this motherly energy on the bottom. There is this triangle in that photograph. She is the one who manages it all. And as if we are able to sort of put our ego down for a moment and say that I am not the one, it's that motherly energy that does it for us, will help ourselves a lot. So then why do you need to come here to get that motherly energy working for you? It's because it's only through the system that Shri Mataji has, you could say, invented, that activation happens. So I've been trying to think a lot about analogy and how do I explain this?
This is a good one.
So the analogy is still coming.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's
very good with stories and analogies.
So if you think of a car, if you you can only put the petrol or fuel, whatever. If you're a fan of diesel, that's fine too. That you open the what is it called? The tank with a key. You can think that key as the first energy center. In that chart, there is on the bottom. It's called the center of innocence or Muladhara. And the fuel is the Kundalini, which is that motherly energy. And I could say probably she probably owns the technique to give that fuel to us if we allow her to and if we ask her. And then all the rest of the crucial parts like the gearbox and the steering and the shafts and stuff, you could imagine them to be different chakras, which are in that subtle system. And meditation is your regular maintenance. You don't do it, the car doesn't go as well as it could. I think that's where the analogy stops because Lynn might come and say, I don't do my maintenance every day for the car. The difference here is that you have to do your maintenance every day. And then once you ask the lady in the photograph to help you out, you can simply start as looking at her as a teacher who has found the crux of it all. Then that motherly energy within you in the triangular bond, she activates, the fuel is on, and then you're able to get all the benefits of it. And she is the one who will take you into that thoughtless state. It's not you, because it's very it's a concept that is sort of hard. It's simple but hard to accept in the modern world. But how can you think that being thoughtless is actually a virtue in itself? And that's how the whole Eastern cultures were all about not thinking. And then from a modern perspective, what is guys stupid? Why do you not think? Shouldn't we think a lot and make our monies and build our houses and do all this stuff? So it's actually a thing that people used to live for, on how to think. Like in some of the scriptures, there was this king, Janaka is called. He's supposed to be the really wise person. He had it everything, but then he just walked away one day because at that point in time, they're like, yeah, sorted, now I have to go and become truly thoughtless. So that used to be a virtue. And with this gift, you don't have to go to the forest to get the thoughtless awareness. So we could just do it straight away if you can get us into the realization.
We certainly can. And this is the beauty about Sahaja Yoga. Shri Mataji revolutionized it to the point where it is so easy to receive it. And any one of us who gets it can pass it on to the other people, and it's free of cost. And it is for the benefit of mankind. So we'll go through it right away. Just
one thing, Susie, you're saying you're going through this phase where you're trying to find the purpose of it all. So in another way, where Shri Mataji was explaining is, we're all created for whatever. We don't know. I mean, I don't even know who I was going to be born to. So we just don't know. So we've been created. And perhaps the purpose is for that Kundalini energy to get connected to the power that created us. And when that happens, we are absolutely at peace. So we can try that now. Yes.
Absolutely, let's do that. Yeah, just doing a quick check, and also online, if you wish to, this is your first time, please do take your shoes off, and you can sit as you like on your best comfortable favorite chair, that's fine. So we will use our hands for this process. It's no more than 10 minutes. We use our right hand and we will place it on various parts of the body on the left-hand side. The left side is the side of emotion within us. The blue side, as you can see on the chart, it is about empathy, feelings, desires that we have within ourselves, and we're born with that. On the right side is about action. So those are the two different parts of our personality. So we'll use the right hand, the hand of action, and place it on the left-hand side. And through the process, if you can, close your eyes. It's very comforting because the attention stays within yourself, inside. But if you're finding it difficult, you're welcome to open your eyes and watch Shri Mataji's photo. That's okay too. And we'll address various questions to the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini, or you can address them to Shri Mataji because it is her gift to us. So hands in our lap. Let's put the monkey out of our mind away because we're going to take a break from the monkey in our mind. And just close your eyes, nice and gentle, feet on the floor. And we have our hands open because we're asking for something. This is so special. And this is one way to receive it, is to have your hands open in our lap. We place our right hand on our heart on the left-hand side. And this is where we begin our journey, our spiritual journey. And the first question that we ask ourselves quietly is, who am I and what is my purpose on this earth? Surely there is a reason why we were created in this beautiful world with beautiful mountains, the blue sky, the beautiful scenery that we have, and the autumn colors that are around us. And we have been placed in this beautiful world to do what? Just take that right hand under the heart area and just place it there. This is the area of self-mastery within us. And here we ask ourselves another question. Am I my own teacher? Am I my own master? Because some of us are very hesitant and we don't have the courage to believe or to trust ourselves or our thinking, how far to go and when to stop. So this energy allows us to be able to manage that. And please take your right hand again on the left-hand side where the leg meets the body. So in the crease between your leg and your torso, just place your right hand there. This is the area of pure knowledge within us and pure desire. So here, please express your ardent desire, that the experience that you have depends upon how desperately or ardently you ask for this. Mother Kundalini, Shri Mataji, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. The knowledge that we are asking is the state of the chakras within us. Bring your right hand just under the heart, again on the left-hand side. And here we are going to affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. A hand comes back on our heart on the left-hand side. And now we can affirm, I am the Spirit. This is the purpose on this earth, to connect with the quality of the Spirit within us, to have that Spirit ignited within us. This quality of the Spirit is very steady, gentle, source of joy. It is not extremes of being very happy and then being really, really sad. It is a constant, very steady source of joy. And that needs to be awakened within us. So we say a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. And please place your right hand on the left-hand side of your neck. And as you do that, so that your hand is nicely placed on your left shoulder, just move your head towards your right shoulder. So our right hand is on the left-hand side of our neck, and our head is towards our right shoulder. And here we're going to say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. All the things that have happened to us, and sometimes it's part of our personality or the way we grow up, we tend to feel guilty, or we are taught to feel guilty, and there is no reason to continue with this. So time to let go of the guilt, and we say a few times, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. And now please place your right hand on your forehead. So apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand, and allow your head to be held into your hand. Do lower your head a little bit into your hand. And here we are going to say, without thinking of any particular person or a situation or a circumstance, in general, we say, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. And now please place your right hand at the back of your head. And as you do that, just tip your head up towards the sky. The affirmation here is, or the request here is, Mother Kundalini, for all the mistakes that I have committed in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, towards my spirit, towards my ascent, please forgive me. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me, and I forgive myself for all that's happened in the past. And now, please place your right hand, the palm of your right hand, nice and firmly on top of your head, the soft part on top of your head that the children have, which is the fontanelle bone area. This is where the fountain or the Kundalini rises through. So we're going to place the palm on our head. Please lower your head forward a little bit. And now with good pressure, please rotate the scalp in a clockwise direction. And the movement of your hand is starting from your left, forward to the right and back. left, forward, right, and back. This is the movement of our hand as we rotate our scalp. Nice and slow, and yes, nice and firm. And now, with all our heart, please ask. This is the only way to receive it. You have to ask. We all have to ask. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. Space of the spot where your hand is currently. Keep your attention on that part of your head and just ever so gently bring your right hand down onto your lap. So our attention is still stationed on top of our head. Very gently, just watch that space on top of your head. Eyes are still closed. Do keep breathing. The attention stays on top of your head. Just slowly open your eyes and observe. Are you feeling quiet within yourself? Have the thoughts settled down? Are you feeling quiet? Silence in your head? Some of us may notice ever so gentle, cool breath like breeze flowing in the palms of our hands. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cool. Our heart feels nicely comforted. The breathing slows down a little bit. Just take that attention back to the top of your head. Ever so quickly for a moment and just see and feel the silence. And if you felt all of those, this is the proof that the Kundalini has risen. And as she comes through the top of our head, in our brain, we have the ego and the superego, the two big spheres. And they usually all to do all about the thinking of the future at the front and the thinking about the past at the back. And we're just stuck in that, between the front and the back, between the future and the past. We can't get away. So when the Kundalini rises, she sucks away those two balloons and pierces through this area. And that's when we can feel the thoughtlessness, the stillness. Even if it's just for a moment, when it happens, we do feel it. And if you haven't felt it very strongly, or you felt a bit of warm breeze, there's a reason for that. And by the time Vara takes us through the second meditation, often people have a slightly better experience. So just hold on till we go through that.
So we'll go, so Shri Mataji has explained, when we explain things, we're taking some small percentage, like a minuscule percentage of what he has explained in a long speech and trying to tell you in a quick way. But fortunately, we have original tapes of what she spoke. So Lynn will play about 10 minutes of introduction about the Kundalini and the first chakra that Shri Mataji spoke about in 1989. Yeah.
But what are chakras?
So when we, like Gulshan was saying, you know, we were whatever we were, amoebas or cells and so on. I think let's say we were, I think monkeys to be the closest, where we were walking with well, 2 feet and 2 hands. And then because of, I think, God's plan, we decide to stand up. And when we do that, that energy center number 5 sort of starts to develop, and we start to have a look, and we start to have ideas about how we want to live. So prior to that, we'll be like a I don't know, tiger, a dog. Like the only reactions they have is flight or fight. If you're hungry, you eat. So a tiger doesn't really think about, oh, if I eat that little deer, what will its mummy feel? None of this. It's basically
there's no guilt attached.
There's no guilt attached. It just eats it. I mean, some humans behave like that, as we are seeing in the politics. But let's
Not go there.
let's keep them away for this discussion. But and then at different epochs of time, you can say, let's take the number 3 there. So it's about being peaceful and satisfied. So a certain incarnation comes at a certain time, and that incarnations, I just realized all the incarnations are meant for whatever reason, until Shri Mataji.
There's an archetype where there's a principal who's masculine, but then their power has pretty much always been a feminine force, and it was always the feminine who. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, that's good. I just want a little bit of a thought thing. So these incarnations come, and then they sort of teach us how to be. And again, we are great at dividing. I don't know why our brains are like that. We're very like, you know, if in a room of 100 people, if everybody agrees on one thing, we typically tend not to focus on that, but we'll focus on the disagreements. I don't know why it is like that. Where I'm getting to is, so for example, number 6 is an energy center where Jesus Christ is the inspiration for that center, and he comes at a time where people were a little violent, I say, at that point, and then he's teaching about forgiveness, and then the idea of his life, I think, is he was able to forgive people who basically killed him. And humans we have very nicely forgotten that, and somebody says, I'm a Christian, and somebody says, I'm a different religion. But we'll not get inspired from that particular incarnation that has come on that time. But if we remove all the divisions, the common thing is, you have to learn to forgive. And it only starts at the point of, the fact that we should forgive only starts at the point of that incarnation's arrival in the universe. And each center has a story like that. We won't go through each one of them, but those are the ones that are being gifted to us at that time. And like Gulshan was saying, we've passed all that. Whether we learned anything from those incarnations, that's
we're very good at forgetting and making a mess.
Right. So now you said we are at that stage where we have to go beyond. And the beyond thing is, it's the center of the number 7 chakra. It's the chakra of integration. If we will learn all the inspirations from all the incarnations that govern each of these energy centers, then we do live very balanced, fulfilling lives.
Would you say the chakras have a quality, and that we all have that quality within us?
So this incarnation, when I say they teach about a particular quality. Jesus Christ about forgiveness. And the center for the first energy center, I don't know if you've seen this elephant-headed god called Ganesh. So he's the inspiration for that. I'm going to digress, but in the Western thought, when you say innocence, it's usually he's very innocent. It's almost linked to being stupid. Yeah. Right? So that's not the innocence that we're talking about. We are talking about the innocence that is more close to wisdom. Like the innocence of a child, where my child fights with his friend or sister and then doesn't remember this after 5 minutes. They're again playing. So that sort of innocence is godly, you can say. But for some reason, the words change over a period of times. Another word I can think of is meekness. Yeah, which is seen as a weakness in the West, but in the East. In the East, I don't know if there is a word for meekness. But it takes a lot of courage to be meek. Right.
But
Is humility the same?
Pretty close to meekness, I think, compared to weakness. Yeah.
humility to another forgotten, out of fashion virtue, I'd say.
Right. So all those words. So, for example, we have to be meek in front of God. Like you can't just say, "Hey, what?" We don't get the benefits there. So each chakra, that's how it was positioned in our circle system. So that's your gearbox, steering wheel, shaft, and all this. So if your shaft is messed, then your car will break in the middle, and then you don't go anywhere. That sort of thing. So chakras are evolutionary centers that were gifted to us, and we can take full benefit of them if we get our self-realization. And so that's all nice. That's all theory. How does it help? Like, there's we're all good at asking, what is in it for me? So what is in it for it is that because of this self-realization process that Kulshan walked us through, we can feel these energy centers or chakras on our fingertips. If you can see, those fingertips are numbered. So it's a little decoding system. So number 6 is represented in our ring finger. So when you're meditating, you do, and it only happens after you get your self-realization in a way that Shri Mataji has taught, is that you feel your energy centers and you can clear them by yourself. And we can help you to start with, but you're your own master as you go. And this is not like a 11-year process. This is probably like 11 meditation sessions if you have the discipline. And that's how I would explain in a long-winded way. Lynn, I think.
And some of us have different qualities in our chakras, some strong qualities.
That's right.
And some of our chakras, because they're damaged because of our personalities or lifestyle, then they have a weakness, and then you repair them. So that's how it is.
That's right. So Kundalini is the energy, she's your motherly energy. So if somebody had a traumatic childhood, so natural disposition for them would be maybe being a bit depressed. So which is coming from the left channel, which you'll work on in the second meditation. So as long as you feel it, you ask your Kundalini to help you, and then she clears it. And that way, this long-standing health, physical and mental issues go away. So what you'll hear in Shri Mataji's speech is she talks about both the dimensions, the physical dimension of each energy center, the chakra or the left and right side, and the spiritual dimension as well. So should we listen to this?
Yeah, let's do that.
Now here you have seen this instrument is the most beautiful instrument that is created within us during the process of our evolution. The first one is the most beautiful one because it stands for our innocence. This innocence is the one which gives us real support, real strength. And you'll be surprised, it is never destroyed. It may be overshadowed, there may be clouds, maybe it may look to be a very dark sky, maybe a hopeless case. Some people might say that we have destroyed our innocence. It cannot be destroyed. Whatever you might have done, this is one center which cannot be destroyed. You may have problems with it, but it cannot be destroyed. It is such a wonderful center you have got, which has got 4 petals, which looks after the pelvic plexus, looks after all the excretion within us. In our own freedom, so-called, we do all kinds of things which may not be benevolent for ourselves. Doesn't matter. Kundalini cannot be destroyed. The source which is going to give you the self-realization. I say she is your individual mother. And this mother is such a loving mother. And she knows each and everything about you from your past lives. She knows you very well. She's just waiting for a chance that she can be awakened and she can give you your second birth. When you were born, your mother suffered for you. You did not suffer. So to say that Kundalini awakening gives this kind of a nonsense and that kind of a nonsense is all falsehood. Absolutely falsehood. And it is so absurd that how can a mother give you problems? I mean, I don't know about, some mothers are funny also. That's all human problems. But this is a divine mother. She's not going to give you trouble. But these problems that have come are coming from people who have no authority, who have no education, who do not know what Kundalini is. Some say it is in the stomach, some say in the head, some say in the legs. Those who have no character of their own, because they have to be pure people themselves, try all kinds of nonsensical tricks and create problems on the sympathetic nervous system, and they call it as something that it is the problem of the Kundalini. Kundalini will never give you any problems. On the contrary, when she rises and when you get your awakening, the first thing that is established is thoughtless awareness. For a thought rises, falls, another thought rises, falls, and the Kundalini makes the thoughts smaller and in between at the present. It makes you stop in the present and you grow in the present, and the thoughts, if you want to think, you can think. If you don't want to think, it's not like a madhouse going on all the time, you don't know how to stop it. This works out with the Kundalini's awakening when she crosses this center of ours, which we call as Agya Chakra. Now, we should not have, again I say, blinkers about Christ. Let us see what people have to say about Christ in other Shastras and scriptures. Who was he? Because people did not allow him to manifest for more than 4 years. And in 4 years, what can you do? You cannot do anything. I must tell you, in London, I came, my husband was selected for a job, and that's how we are here. And for 4 years, I was struggling with 7 of them, just struggling. Giving realization was such a difficult subject to the English people at that time. They are hard nuts, I know. But once they break, they are the best. I think the best are the hardest. And it worked, it clicked. I am surprised that I had to work very hard, but there is such a foundation of Sahaja Yoga. Immediately they went all out, and very scholarly also, lot of scholarship with them. Found out all about Kundalini, everything from wherever is, your libraries are so well equipped. And I was surprised, it was all there. They studied Sanskrit. Now can you imagine these people, English, singing Sanskrit song with that speed? Wow. They could not even say one sentence in Hindi when they were in India. 300 years they were there, they could not speak one sentence, you'll be surprised. We had to tell them in English how to speak Hindi. Like you have to say, open the door. Is in Hindi is darwaza khol do. They couldn't say it. So we had to say, there was a banker, or something like that, means close the door. There was a banker. They couldn't speak Hindi. Sanskrit, very far off. And now look at them. What has happened to them? And Indian music is such a difficult music, you have to really, it's a question of penance, tremendous penance. Now we have people who play beautiful tabla, beautiful instruments, not only but sing so well. Swiss, the hardest nuts you can ever think of. They are, you'll be amazed, the Swiss, the way they sing. Tremendous manifestation in such a short time. Of course, they can also sing English very well. They know English music very well, or which has Western music very well. But to learn these difficult melodies of India is remarkable. I am myself surprised at this. So what happens in the second centers when it enters? You just become dynamic, because the second center is for aesthetics and for creativity. Now we have, like my brother was a chartered accountant. He was very bad at all the languages. Very bad, of course, Sanskrit was out of question. Now he is making poetry in Sanskrit and in Urdu language and also in Marathi, which is the most difficult language. This is the second center. When Kundalini nourishes that center like a very beautiful mother, she nourishes.
Keep our eyes closed. Let's place our right hand on top of the head, just to bring our attention to where it should be. Our brain can do different things, but try and remember that that's our resting place in our attention. It has to be on top of the head. So when you feel your attention has settled on top of the head, you can bring your hand back to the left. So now, for a moment, observe how you're feeling on your palms. Both palms could be having this sense of cool breeze flowing, or one could be heavier than the other. When I say heavier, it could be a little bit warm or frozen. Just observe. Now we can let our right hand drop towards the ground. So what we are now doing is take the motherly energy, our Kundalini's help in clearing all the problems in our left side. So each chakra has a left aspect and a right aspect. So we're asking motherly energy to clear the left aspect of all our chakras and the left channel. So in our hearts we say, or we ask, we pray, Mother Kundalini, please clear me of all the problems in the left. Mother, please let me dissociate from all the thoughts of the past. And remember your attention on top of the head. The desire to reach the state of thoughtlessness is a pure desire. So you can request that motherly energy. Say, Mother, please establish my pure desire. Put attention on the top. We ask, Mother, please establish my pure desire. Now let's place our right hand on the lap. We lift our left hand with the palm facing the back of the room. Our fingertips are pointing towards the roof. And here we seek the help from Mother Kundalini again. Mother, please remove all the thoughts of the future. Mother, please clear me of all the problems from the right channel. Mother, please quieten my right side. Mother, please quieten my right side. Attention on the top. Let's place our left hand back on the lap. In this state, we'll meditate for a few more minutes. Meanwhile, you can ask with your attention on the top. Mother, please establish the state of thoughtless awareness. had asked you to observe how you're feeling on your palms before we had this session. You can do the same again. Observe how you're feeling on your palms and also a little bit above your head. More importantly, you can also ask yourself whether you experience this state of thoughtlessness. So our energy channels and chakras can go out of balance, but when we reach that thoughtless awareness, they all sort of sitting there in sync. And then we feel very balanced and calm and peaceful. So at the end and the beginning of meditation session, we do what we call the process of raising this motherly energy and giving ourselves a protection. So if you can show that, Gulshan.
Sure. So this is very small little physical exercise we do at the beginning of the meditation, and then you do it at the end. Left hand comes in front of our first chakra. The right hand, bring it in and then take it out. So we rotate it around the left hand, watching the left hand, bring it up to the top of your head, and we tie a nice decent knot. And we're going to do that 3 times for the 3 channels within us, the blue, the yellow, and the white. Again, second one, attention's on your left hand, the palm, watch it as it comes up, tip your head up, and we tie 2 knots. And the third time, good attention, bring it up to the top of your head, and we tie 3 good knots. And that is to position our mothering energy, the Kundalini, up here, which is where she protects us and keeps us safe and secure. Another little process is right hand. The hand of action goes on your left side. And then over the top of your head to the right and back. That's 1. And we're going to do that 7 times for the 7 chakras that we have within us. This is literally the bond of protection, as we call in Sanskrit, bandhan, which is to protect us. We'll follow Vara because I've lost count.
This is 6.
Okay.
And the last one.
Right. So that is just a little process one does before you begin the meditation and then at the end of the meditation. And now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you wish to tell us how you felt, that would be nice to hear as well.
Onliners too, you can
put
in a message for Lynn.
She's doing a very good job, sitting right here.
How did you go, Susie, overall? Did you...
Probably better the second time than the first time. Maybe because I felt more relaxed.
Yeah. Also, as Vara mentioned, we actually went through a clearing. We cleared the left side and we cleared the right side and came into balance a bit more. So certainly it proved its help as it does to enable the chakras to align and give you that state. Yeah, that's good.
The broth takes a while to boil.
How long does it last for, the peace?
It's entirely up to you. If your attention is here and you're thinking about tomorrow's work or the irritating colleagues you have, then you are here and you're just thinking and you enroll yourself in this thought process. But if you can bring your attention here, there is peace. And this is your safe place to be. So you can do that anytime. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the stronger the Kundalini gets.
Right.
So entirely in your court. So we meet here weekly and we'll teach you how to do that. But there is, this is the clearing. You can do that at home as well, just a 10-minute, 5-minute process to stabilize and bring yourself in a good place to be.
So when you do it at home, So there is also this power of collectivity when you do it together. It helps. So you could take the link from Lynn and you can play it at home. That part. I think all my blabbering in the beginning is not required anymore. So you could use that 10-minute guided meditation. And it's a good question though. Like how long does it last? It's like Gulshan mentioned. When you meditate regularly, the tendency for the chakras to go out of balance is reduced, so that period of peace increases. The other way to also look at it is when you're not in peace, you will know. Sometimes you're in a certain mood and you don't even know until 2 days later, maybe, while you have damaged a lot of relationships and done all the yelling, like, oh, wasn't a good 2 days. So that when you are trying to, if you put your meditation regularly, like generally it helps to have a certain time. We do say that you can do whenever you like, but I find that when you have a certain time every day, then when you meditate, you're like, okay, that center is not good. And then you can help yourself.
You've got a card showing everything you've done there. I didn't get there on the shelf behind you, surrendered to the pass them out. There's a meditation card behind you on the shelf.
Okay. Also, can I just say in Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to sit for 2 hours trying to meditate while you're thinking about the monkey. No more than 5 to 10 minutes, but it's got to be quality and not quantity. So if you can get there and feel really good for 5-10 minutes or slightly longer, that's great. But if you've been sitting there for a while and your thoughts are just constantly coming into your head, then it's time to move away and come back another time that you're happy to and do it.
Thank you.
How did you go, Sarah? Or should call you Mr. Sarah? How did you go, sir? Your first time here? How did you feel?
Behind you.
So good?
Yeah.
Because he's round and it's not really.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Bad call. You look too young. So did uncle and auntie just arrive from?
My parents are from Chile.
Okay.
Interesting season.
Yeah. Is this your first time meditating as well? Right. And how did you feel?
I feel the calm in my mind.
Mm-hmm. That's really good.
And relaxed.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, the shoulders feel a little lighter, the heartbeat slows down, and then if you're not thinking, it's such a beautiful place to be. It is very nice. Well, welcome, and we hope you can try and strengthen the realization and the meditation. Any questions online?
Someone online, iPhone has said, thank you very much, very nice. I always enjoy our sessions.
Thank you,
Happy to have
iPhone.
you. Yeah.
I'm waiting to find who that iPhone is.
But I keep feeling there might be more.
Okay.
Okay.
If it's a Wagga iPhone, happy to see you.
iPhone's gone.
Okay.
All right. That's all we had.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you, everyone online, for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And of course, to our viewers here, thank you very much for coming tonight. Tanya?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Good night all. Thanks for joining.
Shan, he used to run programs at his work. Right, he's quite good.
And